those four turtle brothers may be heading back to the sewers now. This past summer we saw the sequel for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it did not do as well as people were hoping. Back in 2014, the first film made over $400 million worldwide, but this past summer the sequel only took in about half of that worldwide. So I mean, naturally this film had way higher hopes. It was the first live-action version of like Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang and Baxter Stockman, and they introduced Casey Jones to it. I mean, they were throwing everything in there just for like the hardcore fan base. But at the same time, it seems like the giant fan base that was there for the first one just wasn't quite here for the sequel. And naturally, this has caused a lot of concern for the people who made these movies, especially for one of the producers named Andrew Form. He was just talking about how like there was not the fan support that they were expecting, and they were really trying to figure out why this film did the way it did at the box office. And he even came out and said that right now the discussion is there may not be a third one to try to complete this trilogy that they were trying to get together. So from my own opinion, it just seems to me that the Ninja Turtle franchise has just been running off of the same formula for like close to 30 years now. You know, that formula was taken from the old cartoon show that they were creating back then. Okay, now look, as a kid, I loved the cartoon, I watched it all the time. But you have to look at it and say, maybe some of the stuff they did for the cartoon back in the 80s is not aging as well as they would like it to have happened. So I mean, perhaps it's time for the series to go into a new direction, take a new risk. Do I have a suggestion for a direction? Of course I have a suggestion for the direction that they should take. In my mind, get away from the old cartoons. Get away from the old movies that they made in the past. Let's go somewhere new. How about we actually make a Turtles film that's actually based on the original comic books that started the whole thing? Yeah, for people who may not have known, you may know about the comic books that they're making today. But I mean, originally the Turtles just started off as like a underground comic, you know, just published by two guys, and it just became a big phenomenon. So why can't we take the stories that were around from back then and try to modernize them and create them for a movie for today's audiences? Because I mean, since there's never been an adaptation of those comic books into film, people don't know what they're really missing, because for the cartoon and the way that they try to get it down for the kids and make it TV friendly, there's a lot of things that they changed from that. And I mean, for instance, the comic books, they're more for the adults. I mean, there's more kind of language, and I know they're a little bit more violent in them, I realize that. If I'm going from one source material from the television series over to this new one with the comic books, you could actually create a new kind of interest, because it's going to be new stories, a new way to tell the stories, different character developments. And I think that could actually cause a lot of people to want to become interested in this series again. On the flip side, you're going to run into the trouble of maybe, you know, because they've been so kind of geared to being family friendly for so long, that you're going to have people saying that they're too dark, too gritty, kind of the thing that DC's going through right now. So it's a, you know, it's a big risk, it'd be a scary risk, but we'd have to see if somebody is willing to take that risk to try to get this series back to where it should be, on top of like the big franchise empire kind of sort of thing. Anyways, that's my opinion on it. What are other people's opinion on this matter? Do you think they should go back to the comic books and actually try to get inspiration from that instead of the television show and the old movies? Let me know in the comment section down here. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and if you want to, please subscribe to this channel, and you can stay up to date on all of our reviews, rants, countdowns, everything. Okay, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll be seeing you next time, and I'll be saving you a movie chair for the next video.